Hello,
Hi.
girls, gays, ghouls, and theys. Welcome to Tabletop Tiddies, Tiddies by Night. We are a actual play consisting entirely of people of marginalized genders. We're here to venture, explore, get into trouble in the world of Urban Shadows, Second Edition. I am your lovely GM, Dare, pronouns she, they, they, and I am here to introduce my lovely cast. But before we go and do all of that, we should take a moment to acknowledge the colonial history of both Canada and the United States and the way they continue to take from Indigenous people and do a little land acknowledgement. I am staying on the lands of the Ute, Lipan Apache, and Cheyenne First Nations, and I will throw it over to my lovely cast now starting with Shar.
Is my favorite
Yeah.
little thing on there.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
love
so
my
good.
artwork. She's
It's so
sexy.
good. Damn. You know what else is sexy? I don't know. Goodberry dice. Trying to find that perfect set of gaming dice? Look no further than Goodberry Dice, your one-stop shop for unique and high-quality dice sets. The folks at Goodberry Dice believe in nourishing your gaming experience with dice that sustain your passion and embrace your imagination. Whether you're a seasoned dungeon master or a budding sprout, head to goodberrydice.com for beautiful dice sets that will nurture your fantasy and let your creativity bloom. The Tiddies all received awesome dice sets. I'm going to try and show mine, but you probably can't see them, but I'm going to try my best. I'm an influencer. And we are so in love with all of them. Their customer service is awesome. If you send them a message and you're like, hey, what can I get? What can I do? How do you do? They will answer you. They are very cool. And you can use code TIDDIES for an extra little discount. One more time, that's goodberrydice.com. Goodberry Dice.
Oh, I like that
Nice.
one.
That was quick.
Short and
Yay.
sweet. Short and sweet. Want
We
more.
also want to let you know that we are using Sirenscape to help make our stream more atmospheric. You can check them out at sirenscape.com and make your streams / home games super cool too. You can use uploaded music, sound effects, or they have presets that you can use as well. And also, if you're joining us live on Amazon Prime, on Twitch, you can use your Amazon Prime sub to subscribe for free and get access to all of our super cool emotes and support the show. It's a great way to, support these double D titties that take a lot of time, effort, talent, and work goes into these streams, and it's a great way to support us. So consider using your Amazon Prime sub or just subscribing with your real ass money. Thanks so much.
Hell yeah.
My real ass money?
Yeah.
Whoa. Not my ass money. Anyways, you know what? I think there's one more thing that you guys should be doing right now, and that is checking out our merch store. Just saying, if you haven't done it already, we have some cool stuff up there. If you see the show tonight, if you haven't considered it before, and you go, yo, I kind of want some of them character arts all up on my t-shirts and my blankets and stuff, you should run over to tabletoptitties.threadless.com, because that's where you can get merch with all of this art all over it. Sales happen frequently, so you're always going to get a good deal, and we're always updating it. So the new characters will go up there real soon. We just got the art and we love it so much, so we will absolutely be adding those there for sure. And all of our other logos and characters are up there right now. So you should definitely support the Titties and show you are a proud Titty Committee member by buying some merch at tabletoptitties.threadless.com. And remember that when we say titties, it is with double D's.
All right. Had more of a focus on the individual players here. We had several vignettes going over the different adventures everyone was getting into in the month since we had seen them. Octavia and Maxine had set out to meet an oracle in a long, winding university. That oracle happened to be a woman named Della, and told Octavia that her love had moved on. With that very unhelpful little bit of information, she offered to continue helping, in exchange for Octavia as an apprentice of sorts. As all of this has been happening, our lovely little Riley has been collecting and dispensing tea, is the nicest way to say what they've been up to. But they did take a little moment to stop and hang out with Abby, as Abigail took a moment to go check on an old haunt of hers, Sal's Diner. A place with more personality than it really has in aesthetic. And while wistfully looking out of the window, happened to be kind of noticed just a bit by Sal, who made a little call and summoned a friend named Crow. A very, how to describe Crow, but a hunter who is very good at their job and has very pretty eyes, who let Abigail off with a gentle warning, only the implied threat of violence.
Ooh, woo.
As that was happening, our lovely Billie needed to get a little bit of information, happened to stop at our local haunt for Goss, the Ghoul School. There, Billie talked to Francine, the sort of head gossip in the city, and told them to check out a more wild location if they wanted some real information, and in the search for somebody. And our lovely Maxine is starting to get into the world of commerce and wants to open up a establishment specifically with vampires in mind, as most of the nightlife here really focuses on the werewolves. And Gio Giovanni, both out of a mix of obligation and annoyance, has offered to help at least find the location, but made it very clear that if anything bad were to happen, this is going to fall all on Maxine. And as these various voices and forces all reconnected, listen to a little bit of music, sort of catching up on what they've missed in this time, they managed to find a little bit of a message from one Marguerite saying that she's somewhere, but she's kind of been nabbed a little. She's missing a bit. And I believe that's where we left off. So we start today. There's no video, pew, 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 right? Let me make sure.
Not yet. Soon it
Double
will
checking
be.
every week.
I do
No, it's
appreciate
okay.
that the section is there for it every time.
Beautiful. I always want to give a moment.
We like
But yeah.
just got the art. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
we
fine, you're
did.
You're
Woo!
magical. I didn't want to assume you had did all of that that fast. But we find ourselves back where we ended last episode. We are in this sort of replica IOU building. There's just been a sort of notice that Marguerite is somewhere in the city and is probably held somewhere, not completely of her own will. And how are the members of the IOU original IOU UK reacting to this?
fucking American knockoff.
Yeah.
Octavia, if she had a heart that could beat, it would be beating quite fast right now. And I think she walks over to Riley. I could just feel your aura in this area. You said that you knew where Marguerite was before. Did you know what had already happened to her?
Just remind me, this is still the same night where we learned this information, right?
Yes.
So I
Yes,
will
this
remind
is
Char
after.
that Riley is hovering about 5 feet off the ground, limp, with black ichor pouring out of
Damn
their
it.
orifices.
Yeah, Riley is deeply high right now.
But I feel like you probably just thought out like the vibes
You're
you
just
felt.
up there.
Yeah,
you know?
the vibes
Yeah.
you felt was probably like very zonked out, but everybody around you sees you talking to essentially a floating ghost right now.
Nice.
Not even going to give me an answer, are you?
They literally can't. They
I-
are very out of it right now. They'll be okay probably tomorrow night. I'm not sure how long.
This
it
is an
takes to come
emergency,
down.
Maxine.
Okay. I mean, this person seems like they can take care of themselves, but like, how soon do we need to find them? I don't know.
As soon as possible. It should be your top priority.
Okay, we can make it a priority, no problem.
Not a priority, top priority.
Okay, lady, I'm gonna need you to take a couple breaths, all right? Like,
I don't need to breathe unless I'm yelling at you.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. But wait. This is the same lady that, like, we don't like. I could be wrong, but she's a goddess.
That's in
an
trouble,
ethereal-
Abigail.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I do understand. I will.
Well, if you
of course.
go out in broad daylight, be my guest, okay? I tried to help you find the magic people, but I ain't about to go burn myself for this woman I've never met.
yeah, I was about to say, like, don't you vamps gotta sleep or something?
I don't need to sleep. I just need my friends to be okay. But you're
Oh.
right. There's nothing I can do right now. And I walk to where the bathroom, the basement used to be.
Oh,
Oh no.
Is there a basement?
In New York City? No?
That's where the rats live.
You want floods? That's how you get floods.
The New York pizza rats are down
I
there. I don't
think-
know if you want to go down there.
I think there's a door leading there. But if you were to open it, it does not give.
You just see Octavia
Oh.
like trying to open this door, and then I just like sit down.
oh. I think
Immediately
Ab-
where I'm at.
Are there any beds anywhere? Or like, I think I see this and I feel bad. I don't need to help her. Or
Abigail definitely goes over and like puts a hand on Octavia's shoulder.
I don't
Yeah.
mean to be having a temper tantrum. I'm not a child.
No, of course not. You just learned that your friend is all gone.
He also found out your other friend or your other lady friend. I don't know. Well, you guys were a thing. There was a lot of learning today. I think a good night's or morning's rest is in order, and then we pick this up right where we left off once we're rested. Cause
Yes.
ain't nothing happening right now. I think your friend probably knows that too, right? Like they know what you are.
Is Riley all right?
Oh, Riley will be fine.
I
Yeah,
didn't
this
mean
happens
to
all the time.
minimize what is happening with them.
What is happening with them, by the way?
Being a spirit and being constantly around is a lot. So there are certain things in New York that people have come up with that can help kind of relax the spirits. So they just took something to help with with getting to sleep because they don't usually get to do that and they're just waiting for us to wake up. I think that's how it works. I'm not a ghost, so something like that.
I look over to see if Riley has any amount of like any reaction to this explanation.
No,
Nothing?
They're gone.
Just this slow like drip, drip,
Yeah.
drip.
Well, I gotta take your word for it then.
You can talk with them about it tomorrow.
Yeah. That's cool. Hey, Octavia, do you want me to get you anything? Like I don't know. I was gonna say tea, but I don't think you really
I can
that's
go
the
like
vibe.
I got some leftover something in my sippy cup here if you want to take the edge off before you go to bed. I don't know.
I just drink animals. It's fine.
Do
I need
Okay,
to write
next-
a letter to a friend, but I can't do that now.
you want me to help? You could say how you're feeling and I could write it all down.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I like take out of my bag. I always have a pen with my notebook, but I will, yeah, I'll rip a piece out of my notebook and find a hard surface.
All right, if you're
Um,
good, I'm going to bed. Bye.
Thanks, Maxine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for. What a terrible second impression I've made.
Yeah, just for I think a bit more of layout of this replica I owe you. There are bedrooms. They are due to how New York buildings are very vertical. So I think there is a second, potentially even a third floor with some extra bedrooms. Both painstakingly recreating the rooms as Marguerite knew them, and a couple of extra guests because I think there's a note saying because you always take in strays, just like left on some of the guest room doors.
Damn.
I ain't no stray. I take one of the notes off the door and I go in.
But yes, if everyone is as ready as you can be to sleep or the various forms of rest you take, we'll move on into the next day. I think
I just want to look at the note and be like, wait, am I supposed to be saving this lady? She called me a stray.
Oh no.
yeah, no. See, I knew the language barrier was going to be an issue. They all say, you know what? They all say that, and I think you could see that on the doors. So you could make, I think you could make an assumption that it's less of a werewolf thing and more of a bringing in guests thing, but you can still hold all of the heat in your heart. I'm not going to take that from you. I'm never going to take away the act of hating.
It's a British thing, you know. Didn't cross the water.
But
Yeah, whatever.
I think at that, almost as we see the door, Billie's door close, we see it reopen as it is now the next night. What is everyone's sort of main goal of the night? What is everyone looking to do? Billie, you know you've been told to check out the more wild parts of the city. I know Octavia's made it very clear what she would like everyone to do, but what's everyone planning?
I
One
think
person's request does not have to be the whole party's request, and that's fun for me.
I think when Riley came to a bit before sundown, he probably found the note, and also found the like puddle that they left. So they're going to manifest as being seen and can be touched but not heard right now. And will attempt to clean up. But once the crew arrives, Riley's intended goal is to make themselves as useful as possible, collecting info and like tracking down their friend. And they're very timid right now and feel bad about making a mess in their new building.
All right. Anyone else want to list / say what your plans are for the night?
I want to tag along with one of the New York originals today. I don't have a preference of just whoever's plan seems the most interesting of like maybe networking and gathering information. That's where I want to go.
Okay,
You'll
so
probably like with what I'm about to do because it's very stupid.
I'm literally, I think, sitting here eyeing Billie, figuring out if they're joining Octavia or if they're off doing their own thing, because we had this discussion last time that I think we're kind of heading in the same direction with my personal goal on going into to implant basically and going to find some old contacts for some people who might have performers that might want to perform at my new establishment. Some people owe me some shit and I need to find out where those people are. But if they're going off to help Octavia, I can't go by myself. I'm gonna get fucking
no,
up.
the Octavia threw a hissy fit last night, not really inclining me to find a god who can like handle themselves pretty much. Also,
Damn,
that
all
god
right.
called me a stray. I am not happy about that. So like I'm just probably gonna help Maxine. Plus they're headed in the same direction I'm headed, and I'm looking for somebody. And
While we're there, why don't we ask about if they know anything about this new person that's gotten there? That way that's how we can kind of kill two birds with one stone, you know?
yeah, we'll tell Octavia we're going to, help with the look for the god in this area. That'll work.
Plus if I can get my new my speakeasy up and running, we'll get lots of stuff going on rumor wise. Like we can find information real fast once I have people coming in, getting drinks, getting a little more loose with the lips, and maybe we find them that way too.
Yeah, that'll
How
work.
hard could it be to set this place up? Like a couple days? Can't be that hard.
Interesting.
City's
Amazing
pretty small.
confidence.
I know I'm
Maxine.
gonna get a venue soon. Giovanni's gonna help me with getting a place, so I just gotta get people to serve drinks, perform. That's the hard part.
Yeah, where's that quiet guy? Like the skinny one, skinny one of y'all's. Wasn't he? Didn't y'all say he was a performer?
Leon.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Yeah.
What?
Where is Leon? Anyways, Hasn't said too
Very
much
funny.
lately.
You set me up.
Leon's already got 3 apartments in New York.
Yeah.
Yes.
The connections are all done.
In the last month, Leon has been doing a lot of work in the networking front,
Oh my god.
by which they are trying to do the thing they do, which is have multiple properties. They are currently in the catfishing isn't the right term, but they're currently
Okay.
in the honeypotting phase of getting of getting more people willing to like let them have an extra house for the night whenever they show up. I think Leon was here the night of, so I think you catch them sort of like walking down the stairs with everyone else. Yeah. Hi, what's going on?
Do you want to perform in my new bar? It's gonna
What's
be
your
the
going
hottest
rate?
place for vamps in this town.
What's the performing rate?
We can talk about it. What's your rate?
I think
Yeah.
Leon
What's your
like
budget?
sits on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think
want to make sure I'm accommodating.
you see 2 different like lines of thought happen the second you say that.
It's gonna be
Which
way
is
too
like-
much.
Definitely the face of somebody who is absolutely going to try to take you for everything you have.
Uh-huh.
And then sort of looking around and seeing, namely Octavia, and Abby as well, but namely Octavia, and kind of like, no, I'm better than I used to be. Well, once you have a building and a venue, we can discuss that. But I will tentatively put myself down as somebody who is willing to perform at your establishment. So once I know what the acoustics are like and everything else, we'll go over.
Hey, look at that, Maxine. You already got a headliner.
Yay! And I high five Billie.
I think the second you say headliner, there is like just a look of absolute pride from Leon.
Yeah.
It's just like, I didn't even request that, but it was going to be a request in the future.
But
Yeah.
correct. That's correct.
You read me correctly as a headliner.
Has Octavia emerged yet?
I think yes, but Octavia hasn't said, like, is trying to take up less space and it feels kind of embarrassed. So Prophet and her are here. I've like written, not to plug our Patreon, but you can check Octavia's letter to Evelyn that Abbigail notated, which I've already sent to Kat, but it'll be on our Patreon at some point,
Ooh.
thanks to Sarah. So that's like my priority is getting that letter sent out. And otherwise, I think I'm going to try and just take a step back and help other people because I just want us to be friends.
So I think there's a long, like several minutes of Riley sort of like gesturing and waving at Octavia in the corner, and then slouching a little bit, and then focusing and sort of disappearing into that ghost form. And I'm switching to heard and touch, but not seen. And I'll go up next to Octavia. Octavia, first I wanted to apologize about last night. Maxine usually does bookkeeping before the sun comes up, so I timed it wrong, but that's no excuse. I read the letter, and I wanted to help you find your friend. I might have some people that have seen her. I've seen her. I don't know if she's still where she was, but we could go there and might lead us in the right direction.
That would be lovely, Riley. It would be a pleasure to spend the evening with you.
Should we bring Abbigail? I think that they would probably want to come along as well.
Yeah, I would say that what I said earlier was with the knowledge that whatever is going in the area of like helping find Marguerite. So if the New York or OGs aren't doing that, I'm going with whoever is doing that.
I said I was gonna ask. The people we're gonna go and see know a lot of information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the business people, and we get
Yeah, they are in fact going to info brokers. So
Yeah.
It's a little scary because they can literally take your soul if you're not careful, but you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go with Riley. They tagged along on my little adventure the other day, and I feel like it's my turn to creep behind. I won't creep though. I'll just hang out.
I mean, I'll creep. Touch and sound seem to be the most useful right now.
That's cool. Do you get to pick one every day, or
It's hard to do. It's hard to manifest completely. I have to sort of exist as I can.
cool? Yeah. All right.
Okay, I'll lead the way. We can leave the others. And then I think Riley just like tries to gesture and then like forgets that they can't see her. And then the door just opens.
Oh, we're going. Octavia, we're going. Okay,
Of
bye.
Of course. Did you not hear the door open?
I do now. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah,
have
this is-
fun.
I'm gonna turn to Maxine and be like, okay, so Riley's invisible and Octavia's blind. How is that gonna work?
It's gonna work
Perfectly. That's why I
Yeah.
chose
It
it.
seems like Octavia's got like the sense, you know, like they just sense stuff.
Okay.
It just trust me, I didn't really need to really do much when I was showing her around. Like I pointed at like I kind of described stuff and she knew where to go. So I think she's got stuff going on.
Okay. Whatever.
all right. Which strike team wants to go first?
We'd
And
roll
no-
for it.
Oof.
I'm about to say, nobody raise your hand at
Ooh.
once.
Oof. So
Roll
high
for it.
stakes.
Roll for it. Roll
Yeah,
for
all
it.
right. Each of you send a champion.
I'll do it.
I'll do
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
Casper and Kelly, roll off.
Sing a D6.
Highest goes first.
2d6s or just one?
Let's go 2.
All
It'll be
right.
funnier that
Mm.
way.
Ooh.
I got a 10.
Oh, thank you.
I got a 7.
All right.
Damn.
To the wilds we go. All right. I'm going to ask Maxine and Billie, do you set off right after the other party leaves?
Well, I'm gonna make sure Maxine gets breakfast first, but yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
After a nice breakfast blood, you make your way into the wilds. And compared to the energy of the rest of like the city, like even downtown, which is a place that is always lively to some extent, there is a different type of liveliness that comes from entering the art district. In downtown is a place full of regular, drunken activity, people stumbling through the night. The wild's much, much, much worse than that.
Mhm.
You see, as you see people who walk around almost confused, you might hear giggling as you realize someone's key disappears right as they're trying to enter their home. Or just the distinct smell of sulfur as somebody trips over something, and you just hear a slight cackle if your senses are good enough. See somebody playing a game of cards and looking maybe a little too concerned when they lose. Who knows what they put up for the offer? And as you navigate this sort of general space of uncertainty, you find yourself at this very simple looking brick building. There are nice large windows sort of built to let in light. They have giant shutters on them for the daytime, just in case any of the more light averse members of the undead make their way over here. And I think right on the front you see Frederick Austin Stanton. No card, no plaque as to what happens to that building. If you already know who Frederick is, you're in the right place.
I will say that while we were walking through and seeing all of this mischief taking place, I was very paranoid and put like all of my valuables like in my breasts instead of in my purse just in case we got robbed.
Yeah, sometimes it's something shiny enough, a rogue pixie might make your day a little rough.
Yeah.
Considering what
So-
kind of vampire you are, when you said in your breasts, I'm upset. I'm upset.
No,
Who can
well,
say?
you can just leave that to your imagination. Yeah.
But yes, you two find yourself in front of these large, I'm gonna even say iron rot like door or like wooden doors cast with iron on the outside, making a very imposing, harsh sort of environment for you to walk into. Do you knock? Do you open a door? Do you see if there's a doorbell? How is your general approach to this building?
I think we should probably be pretty polite, huh? I look over at Billie and I think I start looking for like a doorbell or like a knock on the
Yeah,
knocker on the door or
there's
something.
yeah. On these doors, there is a very, I'm gonna say demonic, if you will, looking like door knocker. It is a giant like golden like or golden brass like face with the knocker sort of hanging from the mouth. Large horned devil, pretty standard devil. You've seen the Bible, one of those.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got my back to that door. I'm carrying my bat, and I'm just pretty much like watching Maxine's back right now. I'm not saying much.
Yeah.
I will knock to see if we are allowed to enter.
I think as you knock, it takes a second as both of these doors decide to slowly open, facing inward. So you step into these open doors. And I think immediately, I already mentioned there's a light smell of sulfur. That smell is much stronger here.
Mm.
There is almost just a touch of ash, maybe a little bit of brimstone, just on the senses as you walk into this building. And it looks one part like a bar. There's a couple of people who are serving drinks. There are people sort of sitting down, talking back and forth amongst each other,
Mm-hmm.
almost discussing day-to-day issues. If you were to listen in, you would maybe hear how fraught some of these conversations sound, or even a person who sounds like they are maybe on their last leg. But as you sort of step into this room, there is a small a small imp to greet you. I think this imp stands at about 3'3". Red. I think they're wearing a little waistcoat, almost as if they are like a server. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Devil's Den. You can call me Bal, short for Balthazar. I am here to sort of help guide you to where you need to go. Who is it you are here to see?
Well, I think we're here to see Frederick, Mr. Stanton.
Yes,
We need a bit of information. And I'm like, very much before we entered, I like pushed the girls up, made everything look super good, just like we're dealing with imps and devils. So we're trying to be as like seductive as possible. We're just like very, just all of the things that could possibly give me an edge in here.
I'm going to say you should roll to persuade an NPC.
Sick.
Yes, roll with heart.
Okay. Oh, I have a 2 in heart.
It wasn't going to be in mind.
Rude.
That is a 7. So it's not great, but I think is that a mixed success?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, the big boss is generally pretty busy, and we're not really a walk-in sort of business. Well, the boss doesn't do walk-in. Some of the smaller guys will handle that. But if you have something to maybe sweeten the pot, I might be willing to just bump you up the queue a little bit.
Can I, as a way of like, I'm basically it's like, oh, hey, you like the ability to walk, right?
Okay. I
Oh.
mean, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to decide. I'm deciding it's not exactly turned to violence because you haven't done the violence yet.
No, I am threatening.
Yeah, no, this is your persuade roll.
Okay.
Let's see how yours does. I think this will impact the what's gonna happen one way or another. Let's do it.
Well,
Can
how's
I
another?
help? Can I help by looking afraid of what they could possibly do? I'm like, no, not the bat.
I'm gonna say not yet because I'm
Okay.
curious to see. Unless
Cool.
you went over that as a plan, I'm curious.
Fair enough.
I appreciate the help, but I think a 10 is good, right?
Ooh, sick. Okay.
Yes, it hits. Okay. So I think at the obvious attempted shakedown and the immediate response with violence, Balthazar sort of takes a moment and goes, all right, you know what? Fair. I like walking. So I have a nice place I like to jog around the neighborhood. My dog really likes that I can walk. Um, so I'm just gonna let you just move on right by. You see that door in the back, just knock 4 times, and then you should be good.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. And I
I'm
will
gonna
continue.
push past him with like no other regard.
He's
It's just
3-3. You nearly knock him over.
that is the point.
I'm glad Billie would probably fight a child. But
Accurate.
anyway, you two manage to walk through, and once again, this, as sort of as you step, there is I think, almost emphasis, as some people do stop and notice. I think you may hear the occasional whisper, and you don't know if they're whispering about you, whether that be the general patrons here or the staff. At least it seems to be. But you have a feeling that the longer you linger in here, people at least start theorizing as to what you could probably be here for. You are both names that are, at least to some degree, known in this city. So rumors might begin to fly just a little bit.
I dare you. Rumors about me are wonderful.
All right. And you reach that door. I assume you do the aforementioned knock.
Yep, 4 times. I will
All
I
right.
will do as instructed.
And yeah, the door opens to reveal a very simple little elevator.
Okay.
No one on the other side working it. It just opens.
Well,
And
go
yeah,
on in.
step inside, and there is, I think, exactly 3 floors to this elevator. Floor 1, floor 13, floor 666. Make a guess.
I'm gonna like roll my eyes and then hit floor 666.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think in a moment that in the sense that you can feel magic around you, I think you've both been around magic enough times. You can't tell if you're going up, down, or if this elevator is actually moving.
Mm.
And I think that happens for about a minute as you sort of sit in this uncomfortable uncertainty.
Because of that, since one of my weaknesses is sometimes I transform when I'm stressed or angry,
Mm.
I'm gonna take the opportunity to kind of transform right now.
Okay. Describe which elements of your transformation are occurring, and give me a little bit of what Wolfie Billie looks like.
Yeah, so as the elevator keeps going up, down, sideways, we don't know. My like Maxine, you'll notice that the grip on my baseball bat tightens, and because you can hear the like wood creak.
Mm.
And when you look down, you see my nails have elongated into like 2-inch razors.
Yeah.
There's fur sprouting at the from underneath my sleeve on the back of my hand, and it's like I've got sideburns now. I still look good.
Mhm.
Like sideburns that go all the way down to my neck and whatever. I'm still like my hair's like slicked back still under the hat. My ears are slightly pointed and my teeth are starting to elongate. But other than that,
Yeah.
like yeah.
I think Maxine knows that this happens when you're stressed. So I think I see that and I'm like, hey, keep it together. We gotta make sure this works. I can work with this. You look really intimidating, but we got this.
Look,
It's
I'm
okay.
fine. I'll be fine. It's just you know me.
All
Just
we're
takes
doing
a
is
second.
asking for some information. We don't have to
Yeah,
offer anything important.
yeah.
They can't take it if we don't offer it.
I don't like fey types. It's a lot. And the demons, they just souls and stuff.
Well, I mean, do I really have a soul? I don't know.
Well, they're very particular about wording, and it's just.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
got to read that contract if we sign anything. I ain't really keen on signing anything. So I just want to know where somebody is. I don't know really how difficult this is going to be.
Okay.
All right, and I think at the end of that little conversation,
Mhm.
the doors open and you find yourself at a almost unassuming desk. It is simple, I'm gonna say mahogany wood. In it sits a man who looks both very, very refined, but also impossibly old.
Mhm.
And none of that age is held within his face. All of it is in the wrinkles of his eyes. He sort of speaks to you with a bit of a not annoyance, but more of a inevitability. Oh, yes, Maxine Dracula and Billie, correct?
That's right.
Oh, hello. I'm sure you've heard of me.
It's a pleasure.
Yes. And Billie, do you have anything to say as well? And I think offers a handout to both of you as sort of a greeting.
For sure. I will take it gently. I will not like shake, but I will take it and kind of like do a little curtsy and then very
Uh,
polite.
I will lower my bat,
Mm.
like stare at the hand and kind of give him a nod.
Sort of takes that in stride. Not keen on shaking hands. Understandable. I get it. I have been told I have a bit of a reputation, but what is it we are here to find out today?
Well,
Well, I will look to you because I think I don't know if you're looking for anyone in particular, but I'm looking for someone in particular.
yeah, we're kind of looking for three folks in particular.
Yeah.
Three people. Okay, okay. And you just almost hear, almost as if someone is working through like writing something as
Mhm.
you see a small little notepad just sort of appear in front of him as he begins to take down notes. All right, three people. Yes. Which person are we? If we had to make a ranking, which person would you say is your highest priority?
Well, well,
I blurred in. I'm like, Darian Jones.
Okay.
You know him. That
Billie is going to look at you aghast. How dare you take the top spot?
I'm like
I'm gonna play it off, but still.
Do you mind giving me any sort of details just so I can get a write up for all of my employees as well?
He's an imp theater manager. You should probably know him. He runs a lot of the vaudeville acts in this area. And he owes me something fierce for sending some unsightly folks my way. So I'd like to have a chat. But
Okay.
can't seem to find him nowhere.
All right. Now I do need to ask, do you want that chat to be a surprise to him, or do you want it to be a well-known entity?
Oh, if I could just drop on in, that'd be great.
Okay, okay. All right. Looks at Billy. You seem to have wanted someone on your purview.
Yeah, I'm looking for a girl.
Okay. That and like sort of makes a get on with it, like being cagey isn't going to help anyone in this room.
Her name's Rose. She should have been here like about 5 years. And I give a description of her. Um, yeah. She's about yay high, and like the vaguest description in words. She's about yay high and yay big. Um, she's got a gold necklace that I gave her.
Okay.
With
Anything
like a
special about the
flower on it.
necklace? Perfect.
Yeah. Um, the flowers of a rose, because that's her name.
No, well, clever, clever.
I, uh, yeah, that's all I.
What I assume you were close in some way. What exactly was the nature of your relationship?
She's just important to me.
Okay.
Is all.
All
It's
right.
important that I talk to her. It's very important that I talk to her and discuss some business.
I think as you stumble over your words and like with the vagaries that you've used, you can absolutely feel an eye trained on you, despite the fact Frederick is like looking down, writing all of this. It's almost like there's an extra, at least one extra eye, just sort of peering into you, just curious about everything that you both have said and aren't saying. All right. Well, okay, first two. And then who was the last person of importance then? You said
Uh,
three, correct?
yeah. The last one's a friend of ours. Her name is Marge.
We haven't actually met them, but they're very important to a lot of people we know.
Yeah, she's a friend of a friend, like a
She might be a
grandmother or
god.
something.
It might be interesting to
Yeah.
find out where they are. I don't know.
Asking a devil to find a god sounds like a good idea.
At God, there's a
Oh shit.
slight
don't
break of the
know.
face if you
I
see an
don't know if
eyebrow
that's
raise.
actually true. I think I kind of say it like sarcastic. I'm like, oh, they say that she's a god. Like,
And friends of a friends, do you mean the new friends you've made?
wow, word gets around, huh?
Friends is a really strong word. I was put in charge of looking after them.
Sort of a glance that is both looked at Maxine followed by Billie, as the words friends is just uttered slightly with writing. Okay, so I assume you don't have much of a description on what this Marge looks like, correct?
Did they tell us what she looks like at all?
They
Like,
didn't. Did
would
they?
Octavia have
There's
said
100% chance that Riley told you what she looked like.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, look for like a smell of cigar and like, is it gin or was it I can't remember. Some sort of alcohol. But I mean, that's half of New
Mortal
York.
and like you said like a god, like
No,
mortal,
God.
more undead.
God is kind of like the figure of speech. You know,
They
she's
weren't
like,
really very particular with how they described it. Just apparently she's real special or something.
Okay.
yeah. I think she's like the grandma.
So yes. Okay. So you want me to look and find someone who works
Yeah,
in this
apparently she
general
was
area?
like kidnapped by some sketchy people or something. That's what the
Yeah.
note said.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's almost like
Yeah.
putting down the notebook, kind of annoyed you've been holding back.
Oh
Thanks.
my
Okay. Okay,
Listen,
that's
how am I
something to
supposed to
have.
know if you're gonna take this and use it against us, you know? Like that's what you guys do, right?
Whoa. T.
I'm an information broker. I make deals.
Yeah, someone
To
kidnapped your grandma.
offer to say what I do as extortion, I would take a great offense to.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Who said extortion? No one here said extortion.
You don't have to say a word to imply a word. And sort of like the writing gets a little sharper, almost like kind of like angry writing for a split second before it takes a sec to simmer down. And I think as that sort of quick moment of tension built, you felt the room just get a little warmer, but it
Fair.
cools down again.
I think perhaps maybe we went off on the wrong foot. I'm not used to dealing with, not used to being in this area of New York. So perhaps I was a bit tense when I came in here.
People
I
normally are
apologize.
understandable. People have a tendency to be a little nervous around some of the more fair folk and the infernal types. I understand. But you were looking for someone who works in the local theater scene, a girl, and a very influential old woman. Okay. So what are you willing me to offer, or what are you willing to offer me for any of this?
What do you want?
That's a loaded question.
Well, I always like to see what your opening bargain is. How much does information matter to you?
Well, my information is pretty important to me. I'm opening an establishment and I need this man's help to get it going. So this could be quite an influential place. Perhaps if there was always a seat or a table available to you, lots of information would be coming through. You and your people could gather a lot of information there.
Okay. So let's say, and there's a look that I think bores into you again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, hypothetically, and I am not one to doubt your abilities, Maxine. I've heard many stories about you. If you don't make this establishment as well as you expected, what do I get for that failed attempt at camaraderie?
Well, I'm not really planning on failing, so I hadn't really thought about that.
No one does.
If Maxine fails, I'll owe you a favor. How about that?
I definitely look over at you like, like
You two are generally known to run around the city in various areas, and you will at least step in a place you don't necessarily feel comfortable with. Sure. And offers a handout to you, Billie.
I look over at Maxine with the most serious face of "Don't you dare fuck this up."
okay, no pressure.
And shake and take I don't shake his hand. I just take it and like do the squeeze.
Okay. I think as the squeeze happens, you feel almost like a sharp burning pain on the back of your hand. There isn't anything there that you can see, but I think if the pain could like make a shape, it is definitely like a slight like tally mark of 1.
Ooh.
All right.
Yep. At that, I'm going to I'm finally gonna do the shake at that and get my hand back.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you, Freddie.
Well, I mean that's only the first deal, correct?
Yeah,
So
there's more.
Wait, I thought
I'm
you
just
covered
like,
all of them.
oh, no.
oh, it absolutely didn't cover all of them. And almost at making that first deal, he seems to have come a bit more to life. As Frederick sort of, feels just a bit more in control. I'm going to say for Mr. Jones, he is currently running, and like you get an address for, I think the sort of off Broadway South Side Theater productions. He's been sort of laying low because he owes a couple of people favors. So the sooner you get to him, the better on that sort of thing. He's currently in a little deep on some money stuff, so I'm not saying he's going to end up. Well, ending up in hell would be good for him. So we'll see where he ends up soon, but I would say expedite that order.
Good to know. Thank you.
Of course. So, Billie, what are you willing to offer for your information?
Look, I've been looking for this girl for 5 years. So and like Billie gets all nervous and whatever, and like the only thing that they have on them is like their really busted up notebook of like really of like all of their poems and works in progress and stuff. And like so they pull it out and start flipping through it, really nervous. And it's like, look, all I really got is this.
I think there's almost a smile that sort of curls up from the side of his mouth. That'll do. Something from the heart is always the sweetest, and offers a hand. And I'm going to ask you, sort of as you accept it, or if you accept this deal, how many of those poems are dedicated specifically to Rose?
uh, all of them?
Okay, so all of those pages are currently blank after you if you shake his hand. They will return at some point if you manage to find this, if everything goes through properly. But they are currently blank and just sort of gone for you to observe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And very, very reluctantly. It'd be easier to pull teeth, honestly. Billie hands over the notebook.
Oh, well, I'm not going to take the entire thing, and like sort of flips through it and hands it right back to you. And it's almost as if everything on there was erased, but the notebook is still in in the shape it was when it was handed or when you handed it over. So I will give those back in exchange for, let's say, a minor favor after you find who you're looking for. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, sure. Since I'm already since I'm already offering favors, why not?
You feel the second tally mark on your hand.
What the?
And then for this important old woman, what do you have to offer for that?
Uh, yeah, for that one, um, don't let me do all the talking, Maxine.
No, I'm just
Stick
thinking.
of
I think
gum.
at this moment, I'm just like, how many favors can I get Casper to do? No, I'm gonna see if I can. Can I try to figure this person out?
You can
Just try to.
certainly try.
I can try.
You can absolutely try. I'm very
Oh,
curious to
wait!
see.
Before you roll that, I've got a question. Can I, um, distract him?
What is distracting going to do in this instance?
Create an opportunity for
For me to figure them
Maxine to
out.
observe something.
I think you don't need to distract anyone to observe them. If you want, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay.
Sick. Okay, I'm rolling with mind. Oh
Let me.
God, I don't have
I just
anything
honestly,
to mind.
I just want to see if I can fail. I got a
Oh my
3.
God. Okay, that's a 10.
Okay. So
So glad I could help.
I think what is your distraction? What does your attempted distraction look like? You're
Uh,
not going to lose anything or take any damage or anything. I'm just curious.
Hmm.
The social
Like-
shame will be enough.
so like I'm sitting there like I'm looking at Maxine who isn't saying anything. So it's like, all right, so yeah, about this lady, she's well, she's not my grandma, but and I don't really know these people, but like
Okay.
it's just me talking about
It's just the literal vamping in the most conversational sense of the term. Yeah, and I think you get that eye sort of boring in on you again as that's happening, as he completely shifts his focus away from you. And you rolled a 10, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, you can ask
I can ask.
Yeah, 2
Ooh,
questions.
yeah, okay. Okay. I mean, what's your character hoping to get from this situation?
Information and favors is really,
Okay.
I mean, in this city, you know that owing someone a favor means you can really put them through some shit to get you
Mhm.
something you want.
Okay.
And, the Devil's Den has consolidated a lot of power in this part of the city specifically, but more power, more favors never hurts.
Cool. Who's pulling your character's strings?
I mean, how well read is Maxie?
I mean, not like illiterate.
Okay,
Like
so
she knows how to read. She's been around. She's been around the city.
how
like-
knowledgeable are you of other countries?
Well, I mean, I know of Europe
Ro-
specifically.
Romania.
Yes, so
Yeah.
you know that, let's say, a couple hundred years ago, there was you've at least heard of the term deal with the devil and how it, maybe goes back to some German dude a couple hundred years back. And then I think some pieces start to click with like you've heard about this guy for a while. You've heard, various stories of like people trying to piece together what he's about. And then I think maybe it hits you for a second that like this might be the guy who made a deal with the devil. And I don't know if that deal was ever closed. So you could make a hell of an inference.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be a little forward. And I'll be like, I think you and I have something in common. I think we've both been taken advantage of, perhaps, or left longing for something, some closure. Perhaps I could help you find that. I don't like seeing anybody left hanging on any deals maybe they've made in the past.
There is a almost impressed look. I'll tell you what. I'll give this one out for free. I'll give you some information for absolutely free. I don't know if and there's almost a once again that look of inevitability in those eyes. It's been too late for me for a long time. But your fate can always change. So I'm gonna give that one to you on the house. The thing I can tell you about Marguerite, Marge is a nickname, and like immediately starts going into some information, is seems to have made friends of very powerful people. And, I heard was definitely cavorting with the occasional wizard or seer to try to get some information on the location of your new friends. But
Okay.
you'll get the rest of the information very soon. I'll be sending out some letters. I know where you live, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
It's my job to know where people live. Don't
That makes sense.
don't
I
don't be
guess.
nervous. Don't
No,
take offense. It's just
I get
comes with
it.
the job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will see you on your way. And like you are very quickly ushered out.
Yeah.
The elevator takes no time at all this time, as it takes 5 seconds for you to be back on floor 1. You still kind of don't know where you were, and you two are set and you leave. I presume, unless anyone wants to blow this place up on the way out.
I think
I would
when
hope
we leave, I'm
not.
like, wow, that went really well.
I revert back to my like non-wolfy form.
Okay.
And I'm staring at the back of my hand as we leave. And I was like,
All right. And I think we sort of stop on that like healing as we cut to a break. Thank you all for watching, and we will see y'all in 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
BRB.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back. Sorry, I was like caught off by how good the music sounds. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sirenscape.
Damn.
But yes, welcome back. We have spent a decent amount of time with our lovely party dealing with the devils, and now we are going to cut to the other half and sort of see how they hit the town. So Riley, Octavia, and Abby, our lovely Abigail.
So again, completely invisible, but I can be heard and touched. So I probably occasionally bump into people on the street as we're walking. So I found her on the first day, and Maxine's been telling me that I have to be withholding with information more, and we didn't really trust you too much.
Oh.
And so I didn't tell you. And then a month went by, and I didn't think it was important. But now it's important.
Yeah, yikes for sure now looking back. But also, that's kind of fair.
So I followed the guy that gave you the
Yes.
message on the first day to just, it's down the block here.
Okay.
What was this? Was this Crow or was this someone else?
No, it was the big guy. I don't think it was
Right.
one of the boys. It was just
Yes.
Yes.
some
It
guy.
was a courier.
Thank God. I don't like that crow guy.
All right,
Those
we're here.
Beautiful eyes.
And I sort of
Big
like
face.
I tap like a street sign when we get in front of it, so that Octavia can hear that this is where we're supposed to stop.
Thank you for taking our trust, for you trusting us with your heart, Riley. It means a lot to us.
Well, Abigail was too boring in the last month for me to think that
Hey.
she was going to do anything, and
Boring.
you
Almost
haven't
got
busted me
vampire
yet.
slayed or whatever. What do you mean busted you? I am bust you. I'm trying to
Octavia's
figure out.
gonna bust me.
Oh.
It's this, and I take out the Ghostbuster.
Oh. Well,
I'm already planning some modifications for it, but we can talk about that later. So, you saw her somewhere near here?
I walked through this wall, and then she was in there talking with people. They were talking about eternal life or something like that, but again, it didn't seem to come up. Do you want me to check if she's still there?
Definitely.
All right. And then I will unmanifest so that I am just a spirit. And I will phase through the wall again with ne'er a fear of getting found.
Okay. Interesting maneuver. That. I'm trying to look and make sure you have just a move that.
No, I just no longer am touched. But
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the second you sort of try to go through this, this time, because it's been what, a month
yeah,
since you tried before, you immediately are facing resistance in some way. As if there is some sort of countermeasures taken for prying eyes. I will say
man,
there's absolutely a move you could do if you want. It is a circle move.
people are getting too good at this. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. The circle move I would recommend is study a place of power.
Ooh, all right.
mm.
You'll have to tell
Um,
me how to do that because I can't see it anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I will just make sure I know I have the right uh circle.
I'm ready with my dice.
Making sure. Okay, yes. So you are going to be rolling with the circle of power.
Oh hell, I have
So
one.
whatever your power circle.
I have one of those.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 10.
Okay. So, on a hit, you see below the surface to the reality underneath. The MC will reveal an area, NPC or item located. That is not what it seems. Okay, so your insight reveals much about the circle's politics and schemes. So, I think at looking at this building and sort of studying it, I think it is you sort of testing various areas of like what is able to be exploited, what are the limits of this sort of barrier. Is the building next door something that, like can you access that? And I think there's a lot of that going as you sort of manage in certain spots, find points of, there's a magical weakness, as you were able to sort of peer in, kind of in the same way that if you get the perfect vantage point, you can see certain elements. And I think the thing that you will get is a name and sort of a mission statement, which is a good step one.
What is this name?
So the name you see is Time Stands for No Man.
Time stands for no. I'm going to say this out loud as if they know what I've been doing this entire time. And also, they can't hear me because I'm not manifested.
Oh, no.
And their mission statement?
The mission statement's honestly pretty simple. Immortality no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Oh no.
Okay, after doing that, I'll sort of like, I imagine it's like I'm backing out away through this magic barrier again, just trying to retrace my steps back into the streets. And I'll Remanifest.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll still just do. I'll do seen and heard now, so they can't touch me.
Oh.
Okay. Well.
I forgot what you looked like for a while there.
Yeah. Wait 1 sec. Yeah, I look like this.
That art.
So I don't know. I found the name, if you could call it that. Time stands for no man, and they really want immortality, no matter what. What was Marguerite? Is this something that we genuinely need to worry about? Because I don't know who would want to be immortal. That seems awful.
And
It is awful.
a question. I don't know. This probably isn't the same thing, but like, weren't those fish guys after that too? Isn't it like a lot of people, like regular folk, really after living forever? Big deal. You don't remember? Do you
The
remember
folks that found us on the boat?
No. The fish guys. This is like
Oh, yes.
long time
No.
ago.
Yes. Apologies. The cult.
Yeah.
Um,
Occult. Sorry. The fish guys. I thought that was that was clear, but it wasn't. Apologies.
No, you're being clear. It was my mistake. I do believe that there may be a connection here to them. That's quite a good thread to pick at, Abigail.
It would
Oh.
genuinely help me if you knew what Marguerite was, because the structure of the city is such that everybody sort of has their designated places. So,
Well,
you could tell me,
She's
like, is she
a bit of an enigma. I mean,
yeah.
you see her from what I'm told, and you're met with a silver-haired fox, but always holding a cigar. Not literally a fox; she's an old
But
woman,
yeah.
and but she had lost her soul, had gained it back, had been transported via doll at one point,
so
but she's
What?
not a spirit.
she sounds like maybe a fairy with glamour that sold her soul to a devil, maybe?
I don't have much experience with the Fae, but that could be.
It's probably for the best. They kind of scare me. Well, if you think that maybe she was Fae, we could go to the Fae district, but if you know, you're the investigators, and I just sort of like sit down on the stairs at the front of the apartment. You can. I'm all ears.
Perhaps I might be able to have a vision of some kind.
Yeah. Touch the
and-
building. Touch the building.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how it works, but touch the building.
Careful of this spot; it's warded.
Oh, don't touch
Mm.
the building. Sorry.
So I have two possibilities here. I could use psychometry and touch the walls of this building to see what secrets I can gather from it. Or I could try and focus on Marguerite's soul and see where her future lies, and hopefully we can gain some clues that way. What do we think is best?
Yikes. I mean, I'm very pro touch the building. However, this is your area of expertise.
Riley, are you, from your experience with these wards, would they inhibit my abilities here?
They sure don't like me.
Well, no harm in trying, and I put I'll do that first, I guess.
Yay.
So I'll do psychometry as I place my hands on the stone surface of this building, and attempt to examine it, and roll spirit.
Right. Let's see that roll.
Oh, but I add 2, so 8.
Okay. Well, that could have been much worse.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to ask me one thing.
Yeah. Which I only really need the answer to: what secrets or mysteries has this object been privy to? I think that's
So,
my
Okay.
go-to here.
I think the answer is more than you expect. There are a variety of secrets in here. You, I think, from glancing at this building, sort of get the feeling that this is maybe a prominent meeting location for this organization. So I think you hear many secrets, some of them almost an overwhelming amount, I think, actually. Like some of them are minor of, a secret someone hid from their family that day. Some of them are maybe more major of, so we've made this deal with this courier or that courier. I think one of the big secrets you find out is they love to use couriers and go-betweens.
Mm.
This is a group that their power is often not made entirely by them putting in that own work. They hire people. They have a degree of influence in some way, shape, or form that lets them get a lot of other people to do their dirty work. Is I think the big secret you gain. I will say the other like whispers and secrets you heard are hiding bodies, attempts or experiments, things of that nature. So you also understand there is a threat of lethality. The more you poke and prod into this group.
Well, these are not friends of ours, that's for sure. Luckily, Riley, the wards didn't block me from seeing, and I list off the secrets that I was able to pinpoint. So perhaps finding the courier or go-between that they used when dealing with Marguerite might be helpful here. And we could head in the direction that you had suggested, Riley.
I suggested a location?
Yeah,
Didn't-
DeFay lands.
Oh, I thought I suggested not to go there, but
Oh,
if you insist.
wait, can you guys with your looking abilities, is that insensitive? You're seeing abilities. Can you tell if these people are like us or like not like us? Like, do you think they're humans?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking either of you because I can't touch the building and like the
I-
building answer me.
I
I can
basically
shoot the building. We can do that.
I did the equivalent of walking into a wall and checking the manufacturer.
That's really cool.
Were any of the secrets that I heard more occult in nature? You mentioned experiments and bodies. Was anything else that seemed more like vampiric or something else?
I don't think you're able to gather, at least at this
Okay.
point, with what you know. All you know is they're positioned somewhere, like they're positioned here in this university hub area and like the district of power. They are people who want to be immortal. What their version of immortality looks like, that's many things. There are many people who are functionally immortal. Maybe they want better immortality. You can't defer, or you can't tell at this moment.
Is Prophet with us?
Yeah.
Yes.
As always.
Hey, Prophet. I was gonna call you little guy. That's not right. I call myself a little guy, but it sounds like it's kind of rude. And we are equals, you and me. Anyways, can you sniff out Maj at all here?
Oh.
Well, or because Riley, you said you saw them like, I don't know, month ago, longer.
However long you've been here.
But if Maj was kidnapped, maybe her scent would be more, I don't know, recent?
Might be possible, though a month is quite long. Do you smell anything, boy? And this is where I ask you, storyteller / MC. I used to have a book for Prophet to like do his abilities, but we didn't set anything up here. So I'm not sure if he has like a hunting kind of thing I could roll, or if you want to just do it narratively, or
I would say, at least for now, until we, if we wanted to find something more concrete, if you want to do a figure someone out roll, I would say you get an additional question. whenever you use one because of Prophet helping you. And then we can hammer out more concrete stuff later.
All right. And I add is figure someone out mind.
Yes, that's mind as well.
Oh, so bad. 6. I fail.
Okay, well, like I said, you still get to ask one question either way.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Yay, Prophet!
Yay, Prophet!
Sorry, I don't have the list up, but anything that has to do with like location or
Yeah, I would say some of these can apply. Figure someone out is more people based. The other thing you could do, I'm so sorry, I'm looking at this again, is make a circle move as well, to get more sort of research into this locale.
It's almost like we're playing a game that's still being developed.
Yes, I would say. Oh, what exactly are you trying to find out?
I'm trying to see if Prophet can like track Marge via scent of where to kind of get us like a direction to go to from here.
Okay. I'm gonna say with that extra question then. I think that works for me. I think that extra question, you are sort of still I will narrow it down. You aren't getting anything that's leading into the districts of the night or the wild. It is somewhere between mortal or power, is where the last like scent of Marguerite was. So
All right. And Riley, the Fae, are they immortal or power? I would assume not mortal.
No, they're pretty wild. Sorry,
Oh.
they're in the art district.
Which is so then we know not to go there from these, right? If Prophet's saying more so immortal or power, that wouldn't be either of that.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I didn't want to talk to the Fae at all.
I will say, because one thing I get to do here is as you've been sort of lounging about, investigating, inspecting this place.
Uh-oh.
I
I'm scared. No.
You're not doing it stealthily.
No.
Yeah, I do believe that you sort of get a degree of confrontation. I don't think I don't think it's going to be Crow this time.
Which district are we in right now?
You are currently in the District of Power.
Oh,
This
God.
building is
Oops.
based out of the District of Power. So I think what you actually run into are a couple of wizards who sort of like they are. I think there are 3 that sort of approach you. One is your wizard-looking wizard, like an older person with a big beard. Like they are wearing like a stylized cloak. They look like someone who just stepped out of a Renaissance festival.
Nice.
And then I think you see 2 sort of flanked to either side who look kind of embarrassed to be with the main guy.
Oh no, not this kind of guy.
And I think these 2 are like, I think they are in fact twins. They are, I want to say, some like lighter skinned than me. And sort of flanked on both sides, sort of almost rubbing their temples a second. This wizard speaks and goes, "Halt! What are you doing here, creatures of the night?"
Oh, did Della not tell you that I would be in this area?
All right, let me see this.
Oh,
Give me persuade an NPC immediately. Immediately, you might have stopped this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not get the fucking memo, bro?
oh my god.
Important enough.
The thing is, I have -1 to heart.
Oh man.
So 8 to 7. So a 7.
Okay, so so you work with the Oracle then.
Yes, I'm her new assistant.
So I above the table know that wasn't a lie, despite you saying it like that. And I think in that moment, sort of like, well, what are you doing in front of this building then? And I think as this gesticulating and like gesturing, sort of, Dad, if you could just stop
God.
for a second.
Oh man.
And I think the twin to the left, who is
Oh my god.
wearing, I think, a slightly more masculine outfit than the twin flank to the right. They sort of take a second. Forgive me, forgive us. This is my dad. Hi, we're hedge wizards. We kind of do occasional security around the city, around the magic districts. It's a living. It helps pay your way through magic school.
I see. You're part of security. Well,
Well-
this is excellent then, because we are investigating a kidnapping
Okay, well,
that
This
apparently
immediately
happened under your watch.
I am
Oh,
I am
shit.
a college student, ma'am. I'm so sorry. As I think the second twin speaks up, yeah, like when we say security, we mean in the like we flash a light at people to make sure they're not like loitering, not in the
Well, where were you
Detective?
flashing a light on these
Oh,
hooligans?
Good comeback. Listen. They're young. I know what it's like, you guys. I've been there. You just trying your best. But by any chance, I mean, might we ask you some questions?
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. And I think the second twin, the more I think one is slightly more femme presenting. They also sort of take a minute and go, sure, yeah, I guess this is what tonight is. Um, start with our dad, I guess. And the wizard, the most wizard looking of the groups. Yes, you can call me. I think he stops for a second and like almost summons like magic. You can feel, I think, the magical energy as he like shoots two small like
Ooh.
firecrackers
Oh my
in the air. You can call me Gregory.
Hey, you shouldn't do
Oh,
that. The dogs don't really like that.
And then immediately his face sort of falls like a
Gregory, can I do a circle move?
Sure.
I noticed that there's one called Put a Face to a Name.
Yes.
Yeah. And Riley's real keen on knowing secrets.
Yes, absolutely. Make a circle roll. His circle is also power,
Hell yeah.
unsurprisingly.
Ooh, 7.
Okay. So let's look at what the circle move says for all of that. Just make sure I have it. Yeah, so putting a face to the name on a hit, the reputation. So Gregory or Magic Greg, as some people call him derogatory. Welcome in, Raiders. Oh, hello, everyone.
Oh,
Charmed fantasy. Thanks for the
Hello.
raid.
A hedge wizard was about to get interrogated.
Magic Greg. So happy right now.
But yes, Magic Gregory is, to say disgraced would imply that he feels shame. He is a notable, I think, sort of academy wizard turned hedge wizard because he was eccentric in a way that led him to lose a lot of credibility. He is not a bad person by any means. And one of those guys everyone felt bad enough for that they were like, hey, you know what, bud, you can help keep our section of the city safe. Just if anyone's loitering, just scare them off. So this is a sort of disgraced like local wizard.
He got given neighborhood watch duty?
It like in the most passive, like most of the people around here are magic. They have magic wards and guards.
Yeah.
And things of that nature. It was like a community effort to be like, all right, let's give him some sort of small cushy thing. So he is okay. So we know that he has kids, and those kids deserve a decent life.
All right. Then I'm going to do nothing to stop Abigail from hustling this guy.
Octavia, you may proceed with your questions.
Where were you on the night of insert date here.
Are you actually asking that, like, of the night, the Marguerite night?
Yeah. If you're
Um,
supposed to be the security of this area and my friend got taken, no
So-
thanks to you.
I think Gregory, Magic Greg himself, sort of takes a minute and says, "Well, the vast memory and mind of a wizard such as myself can be often hard to decipher every little event. Do you remember every every moment of breath you take? Wait a minute, you are a vampire, so that is not a thing you do. Do you remember every animal you've had blood from?
Yes.
I don't remember." Sort of takes a beat. Fair enough. Well, unfortunately, my mind is not as sharp as your appetite seems to be, because I
A
simply don't
wizard
remember.
with a dull mind.
You
Quite
see,
contradictory, no?
you get 3 reactions.
Oh my god.
There is a reaction of hurt and pain from Greg. There is a reaction of one of the children, or like one of his
children,
children.
not the
And by
children.
children, I mean these are like teenagers. They're like 20. They're like 19, 20. One like sort of gasp and like I can't believe you said that, and not angry, just shocked. And the other one is biting down on their finger so they don't immediately start laughing.
There's also a bit of a squeal from Riley as they also stifle a laugh. But then like go into sort of reverence a little bit. Just like, oh, that was mean.
Oh.
Well, and I think you see the mask slip for a second. Well, I'm not necessarily the best at what I do. I
Oh.
just love being there for my community. I miss a lot
Well,
of things, and I am
Marguerite would have loved for
sincerely
you to have
sorry.
been
Oh.
there for her.
Hey, Greg, Mr. Gregory. Do I know his name? I don't know if we got his name.
Mr. Greg.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fireworks said
Yeah.
his name.
Oh, right.
His children's name has not been said.
Mr. Gregory, I do understand. You know, it's hard out there. The economy and whatnot. Can you tell me about this building here? You know the folks that occupy it?
Yeah, no, there's they are, and I think he's sort of searching for words as the more masculine twin says, yeah, they're kind of like uppity. It's like a whole secret society situation. So they're I've seen at least a couple of humans step in there. I've seen a couple of snooty wizards, the snooty ones, and I think the other twin sort of like nods like, yeah, no, I get you. I've seen at least a couple of I think I've seen a vampire. They had an umbrella when they left to like block the sun. So they're either really fancy or a vampire. I didn't want to make an assumption. So a bit of a mix, but they have a whole secret society meeting. No one ever knows what's going on in there, but they make sure that you don't know. They're uppity in that way.
I see. Well, that's really helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I mean, we don't really have the authority or the skill to stop a lot of things that happen. We at least try to keep an eye, so if something's happening like on the street, we can stop it. But inside buildings, there's too many magic wards,
I appreciate your cooperation. What's your name?
So the more masculine one says, name's Azealia, and then the more feminine one says, oh, name's Juniper.
Azealia and Juniper. Beautiful, beautiful names.
Our moms picked it. They sing in unison.
You telling me Greg did? Oh, well, I'm sure Greg approved of it, right, Greg?
I wanted to name them Wand and Orb because they're my favorite magical objects.
Greg was really rooting for you there, and you're just so man. But that's nice in its own kind of way. That's really nice, man.
Do you know time stands for no man?
I think all 3 of them sort of.
Or where to get a good chopped cheese?
I think
Not for me. Billie's been looking for some.
so Sal's Diner for the second thing. For the first thing, it sounds not familiar, but I feel like I've heard at least parts of that said around in like the weird hushed whispers thing. Um, I'll tell you what. And I think Juniper sort of steps forward. If you're not too mean to our dad, can you just we'll do some research. We'll owe you one.
I mean,
Hey. That,
Thanks for not being so mean to him.
are you
That'd be great, of course.
above the table? Are they offering a debt?
Yes.
Sick.
So yes, they have offered a debt to, I'm gonna say generally Octavia,
That's fair.
because Octavia is the one who I think started the
Yelled at them the most?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Octavia started really like
Hey, why not
reading them
good
a little.
cop?
I also
She
like.
wrecked him for filth.
I feel like Greg and Octavia have a similar vibe.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think you know what? I think each of you are going to get a debt from them.
Ooh.
I think Octavia's is specifically from Greg. I'm so sorry. And Abigail's is from Juniper.
Ooh.
Riley's is from Azealia.
Nice.
Nice. I love that.
It does appear that we've gotten off on the wrong foot, and my stress may have gotten the best of me at the beginning of our encounter together. I do appreciate your assistance in this very important matter, and we will be in touch, certainly. Any other questions before we head out, folks?
No, you've been lovely. You've been absolutely lovely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we're gonna keep doing the rounds, but there's I don't know, if you need to know some more magic stuff, there's a bar down in this area. It's kind of like right by the university. It's a cool hang, and like I think Juniper starts going, or Azealia starts going a little too into detail about like the drink menu and stuff, and like how good of a chill of a vibe it is. For like Greg sort of like, you're 20, and it's like, well, that's what I've heard. But the
It's
bar
also
is going to
the
be
prohibition.
and then Greg sort of also once again shuts up. You cannot take a W. I'm so sorry for this man.
What is
This
the
is the
name
most-
of this bar, perhaps?
It's simply called the Hedge. I think, yeah, the bar as well as this sort of loose collective of unincorporated wizards is called the Hedge.
Magic bar. Got it.
Nice. Well, yeah. Oh God, Wowie. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll let you be on your way, continuing your hard work.
We'll stop
Yeah,
loitering, so people probably stop telling you to investigate us.
Of course.
Yeah, the magic runes sort of go off, and
Of
you know,
course.
they leave a bit of a snapshot of at least who's
Mhm.
been around, sort of a magic signature. So
Oh no.
Good to
It's
know.
probably a terrible picture.
yeah. So you know, if anyone asks too much, we'll say you were just. If anyone has any questions, we'll let them know you didn't mean any harm. You were just hanging around.
Wow. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Rest of your night.
Yeah, you too.
That's right.
And I think the second you walk away, I think you overhear Greg say, "Wait, we didn't get their names." And yeah, does anyone have anything else they want to do before we wrap up tonight?
That was everything and more that I wanted to do. So
I'll probably go buy a chopped cheese for Billie when we meet up
Nice.
again to share info.
Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
perfect. But yeah, I think at that sort of meeting, we cut away once again. And I think it is the morning after all of this has happened. And you sort of see just one singular figure inside of this sort of meeting area. Just sort of scrolling through like a plant here, a magic orb, just recounting anything that's happened around or to this building in the last night. And then I think you see almost a small, like, they notice, they stop, and they smirk. People are trying to be nosy. And at that, we're going to end today's episode. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all
Bastard.
for watching. I have so much fun GMing this game with this lovely table. So we will see you not next week. We will see you for Talking Titties. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, on
Ah,
Thursday.
Yeah.
Woo!
Slight date change. We're gonna be doing Talking Titties on Thursday instead of Tuesday, which I think it was originally scheduled for Tuesday. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But besides that,
exciting.
y'all take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
I have housekeeping. Wait.
Oh yeah,
hold on,
I forget about
hold on.
housekeeping. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I was eager. I was ready
wait.
to leave. I guess.
It's real quick. Just want to give you all a big thank you for watching. Because we literally wouldn't have a show if you weren't here to watch. Because if you weren't here to watch, we would just be playing a tabletop RPG for ourselves, and it would still be fun. But this is more fun because you're involved, and we love you. So thank you so much. If you did enjoy yourselves and you want to show your support, the biggest way to support us is by heading on over to patreon.com/tabletop titties. When you become a patron, you get access to a whole bunch of cool stuff like our after show that we're going to record like literally right now. Every time we do our main show, after we go offline, we go and record something that is basically just us talking about what the heck just happened and what we loved about it. And it's super fun, and you should definitely check it out. There's also polls that affect the game. There's mini-series. You gotta follow us on social media if you want to know all the things Tabletop Titties, because we post a bunch of stuff. We post when we're going live. We post fun memes. We post a bunch of stuff. Just make sure you're following us because you're gonna miss out if you're not. So do it. Do it. I would also like to shout out at D Kirby J.
Yeah.
For doing our that
Character
too.
screens.
Yeah,
They're very
gorgeous.
fun.
Yeah.
100%.
I like
Kelly's
the little
amazing.
word clouds.
Yay.
But yeah, it's all right. Am I good to sign us
Yeah,
out
now we can sign off.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
We are-
wait! I have to do my last thing.
One more.
You have to go to our website to find out all this info if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
listening to me at all, which is tabletoptitties.com. And remember, when we say titties, it's with double
D.
How did we almost
T's.
forget that? Oh
The
my
big bahungas. Let's go.
Bye. Also, we're rating someone, so stick
Bye.
around.
Okay, bye.